World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good day. This is World News in 5 here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. Former Canadian Senator Murray Sinclair, who chaired the Indian Residential Schools Truth and Reconciliation Commission or TRC from 2009 to 2015, has died at the age of 73. In a statement, his family said, the former indigenous Anishinaabe judge died peacefully and surrounded by love at a hospital in Winnipeg. It added that Sinclair committed his life in service to the people. Sinclair was born on January 24, 1951, and was raised by his Cree grandfather and Ojibwe grandmother on the former St. Peter's Indian Reserve in the Selkirk area north of Winnipeg in the province of Manitoba. The former senator attended law school at the Faculty of Law at the University of Manitoba and worked as a lawyer for 11 years before becoming the first Indigenous judge in the province. According to BBC, Sinclair's work with the TRC found that state-run residential schools have for generations traumatized Indigenous communities who forced children to abandon their native languages, speak English or French, and convert to Christianity. At least 36 people have died in a bus accident in northern India as the dilapidated vehicle swerved off the road and plunged into a ravine. Local officials said the overcrowded bus exceeded its capacity by more than a dozen, as over 20 people have been injured, including 7 passengers who are in critical condition. Authorities earlier said the bus could accommodate up to 42 people. The bus was traveling along a stretch of road in the Almora district of Uttarakhand when the driver supposedly lost control and skidded off-road, diving into a 60-meter deep gorge. Several passengers were able to escape or were thrown out while it was skidding off the road and was able to immediately report the accident to local authorities. A state official said 2 transportation officials have been suspended for allowing the bus to ply the roads even though it was clearly in poor condition. And news from the Philippines Foreign Service posts, on a night filled with music and meaning, the Philippine Embassy in Berlin celebrated 70 years of Philippine-German diplomatic relations with a concert by the Philippine Madrigal singers dubbed Pitumpu. Held at the Passionskirche, the concert was a celebration of the 2 countries' renewed and expanded engagement. In her welcome remarks before members of the diplomatic corps and the Filipino-German community, Ambassador Irene Susan Natividad said, "For Filipinos, the best way to celebrate is through music." The Philippine ambassador recalled that for the past 7 decades, relations between the two countries have expanded to areas beyond the political, security, and economic spheres. Cooperation on climate, environment, education, culture, and migration have enriched the partnership as both governments strive for peace, stability, and the well-being of not only Filipinos and Germans, but the rest of humanity. Ambassador Frank Hartmann, Director General for Asia and the Pacific at the German Federal Foreign Office, highlighted the reinvigoration of the Philippine-German diplomatic relations and Germany's vision of a free, stable, and rules-based order and mutual respect, underscoring the crucial role of partnerships with the Philippines in achieving these goals. The Philippine Madrigal singers presented a rich and varied repertoire, including German songs like Widmung and Das Glaubensfeuer, contemporary Filipino choral compositions, and international pieces that demonstrated their versatility and talent. The concert was cultural diplomacy at its finest, showcasing the power of music to bring peoples and nations together. The Madrigal singers received 3 standing ovations and delivered 2 encores, underscoring a profound connection with their audience. And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this is Leo Magpayo. Good day.
World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.